All right, hello and welcome to Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast. Man, this is a birdie fest.
It's a Philly show, baby.
Let's
go.
All right, welcome in to Swing It and Ding It. Man, I look fat in some of those pictures in those videos. I gotta update that thing. But anyway, I digress. We talked about it, talking about having a Philly show, and we sure have one today with our guest, Drue Nicholas, who is lighting up the Philly golf scene. Drue, welcome to Swing It and Ding It, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Great to be here.
Yeah, so we have you on the eve of the Patterson Cup. You're going to be over at Tavistock. We'll talk about that. But obviously qualifying for the 126 U.S. Amateur at Merion is kind of a big deal. And we'll go through your whole kind of golf journey and college golf and all that. But let's start with that big accomplishment you just had and take us through, the competition, the thought process going into it, and now where your mind is now that you've accomplished that goal.
Yeah, I was really nervous about just trying to qualify for the event. I was signed up as a volunteer. And so I'd much rather be playing in it than being a volunteer, but there's so much hype around it. People ask you those questions for the last 4 months now. And it was probably the most nervous I've been for a tournament, let alone a qualifier. It's just 18 holes. So you can't mess up too badly. But now that I'm in the tournament, it's a great sigh of relief. I'm really excited to see so many familiar faces, but also be at a place that means so much to me. And I think it's going to put on a show. I think that it's one of the best golf courses in the world. And so I think we're all really fortunate to just be there and having them host this event. So it'll be cool.
Which do you prefer to play, stroke play or match play, and why?
Definitely stroke play. I have a tough time playing one-on-one against someone. I know in stroke play, obviously, when it gets down to the wire, it turns into that. But I just think in stroke play, it's what I've done my whole life. It's what I'm used to. For my game, I don't make a ton of birdies. I don't make a ton of huge numbers either. And I think if you're a little bit erratic, you make some big numbers, but you make a lot of birdies. Match play tends to help you out a little bit more. But that's just why I like stroke play. Best man wins, whereas match play, that doesn't always happen.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense. Talk about Merion. Obviously, you're a member there with this event being there. How do you feel the course will be? Do you think it's going to play different? What's your mindset going in with so much familiarity with a course for a big event like this?
I think it'll play much different than just standard member play. The rough will obviously be grown out. The greens are going to be much firmer than I've probably ever seen them. But it's just going to be great being out there. I guess technically I do know the golf course more so than anyone else who's playing in the event, but it's just one of those places like it can get away from you real quick, even though it's under 7,000 yards, but it's a special place. I think it feels different than a lot of other modern day golf courses. And for people who haven't been there before, I think it's gonna impress them because they probably don't know what to expect, but it's very unique in the routing.
Yeah, what do you think would be the biggest challenge for the guys coming in here that really have no familiarity with Merion?
I think the distance. It's a shorter golf course and you can't overpower it. So just because it's short, it doesn't mean you can necessarily, hit the ball anywhere you want.
Right.
Had an over par US Open in 2013. Now that it's a slightly different golf course since then. But they thought distance was going to be a big factor back then, and it wasn't. So I expect something similar still. But you're going to have to find the fairway because the rough's going to be thick and the greens are going to be very firm. So I think that's the name of the game.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, you also won your second straight Philly Open championship out at Lancaster Country Club. The other Ams to defend are some pretty good names in the Philly golf scene: Mr. Siegel, William Heineman III, and Andrew Mason. You talked about it in one of your interviews about the Philly golf scene. We know how fortunate we are to have Gap here and what they do. You talked about how cool it is to see familiar faces and to see that level of competition. Talk about Philly golf for a second and what that means to you.
So growing up, I didn't know anything about Philly golf, actually. I'm from Southern New Jersey. I live near the beach. Grew up playing AJGA events, so I didn't play any of the Gap Junior events. Played in my first Patterson Cup in 2021. Still didn't have a great feel for it. It was just that event. And then 2022 found success at the Patterson Cup, and I've been playing in the Gap events ever since. So I think, what is this now? My fifth year of playing in Gap events. You see the same faces every week. You see the same people from within Gap who help run these events. It's just so different, and I think it's a real brotherhood. Yes, you are competing, and everybody wants to win and beat the other guy, but um, I just don't think other associations are like Gap. Are there other associations that are better in terms of like competition? You could argue, yeah, but I think in terms of how Gap makes everyone feel, the effort that they go to put on these events and just how much they care, I think that's what makes it different.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we talk about, the embarrassment of riches as we describe it is Philadelphia golf scene, especially with the private clubs in this area. You put some big pelts on the wall. I mean, you won the BMW Philly Am at Aronimink. Okay, they just held, a PGA championship there. You won the Gap Open Championship, like Moose mentioned, at Lancaster Country Club. You play out of Merion. You're going to be playing the U.S. Amateur at Merion. I mean, these are storied venues. I mean, you ever sit back and sort of think about that, like how fortunate you are and we are to be in this area and playing these types of golf courses?
I think about it a lot. I think when I travel other places, it's obviously different, and I think it's easy to get spoiled sometimes. Like going out to play 9 holes after work, and I'm walking at Marion. Like that's pretty special, and you got to look around and smell the roses. So we're incredibly lucky being in Philly and the amount of rich golf that we have.
We'll talk about your golf journey. You talked about it. You're from Southern Jersey. Your college golf. You finished up at Drexel. Talk about when you got into the game and how that really started, and you got bit by the golf bug along the way.
Yeah, I started playing golf when I was 4. Was just fortunate to live in a neighborhood that was on a golf course down at Harbor Pines in Egg Harbor Township. Huge support team down there, so I can't thank them enough. But started playing when I was 4. Just played in local events, those 5-hole, 6 to 9 age groups, and then you move up. And it wasn't until I was 14, played in my first AJGA, and found some success early. Won a couple of those, and then you start to get some college recognition. You start to play in better events, and then eventually went to NC State and spent a year there. Wasn't a good fit for me, and I ended up at Drexel. Spent 4 great years at Drexel, and I learned a lot about myself. I think I grew a lot, and that's where we are today. It's great because I realized professional golf wasn't for me. I know we talked about that earlier, but if maybe I don't go to Drexel, I don't feel the same way. So everything worked out better than I could have ever imagined.
Do you still have that first set of clubs?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't. I mean,
In,
there's a
in your
lot of
parents'
clubs.
basement.
Yeah, there's a lot of clubs in any golfer's garage, as you can
Right.
imagine, but I don't think so.
Yeah, you
So,
guys both see my garage.
oh God, yeah, that's insane. So talk about Patterson Cup tomorrow. It's a night before a big event. What's your mindset? What's your preparation? What will your morning be like? Because you have a little bit of what's a 12:30, I think, tee time.
Yeah.
Talk about your prep going into an event like that.
So I haven't been playing as much as I'd like, especially with the AM being around the corner. I wish I could play more, but I'll get there earlier than usual. I love their chipping green, great chipping green there, but
Yeah.
I'll chip for a while. But there's no special preparation. I'll just get there early. I'll go get coffee, hopefully with my girlfriend, um, and that's it. So nothing special. I love this event. It's special in my heart. It's my first Gap tournament that I won, and um, it's a 54-hole event. You got to make the cut first, but like if you do make the cut, 54 holes, I think it's a great chance for me to just get some reps in before the USAM, and then obviously 3 days of practice before the tournament starts.
I was wondering what they'll do because they don't have a full range there to hit driver. I don't know how they
It's
how
a
they
good
do that with you.
question.
Maybe they
Um,
have nets
I,
up for guys or something. I don't know.
Maybe I personally don't care. I don't care too much about warming up. I know some guys though, they'll probably go to another range nearby, but me, I don't.
That's
don't know.
youth
The warming
talking,
up's never
Moose.
been.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
youth right there.
I don't have
I like
back
that.
pains. And yeah.
I'm 61. I need at least 40 balls.
Well, I still hit balls. Don't get me wrong, but if the highest club I can hit's a 7-iron, I can
You're
live
good.
with
That's
that.
cool.
You're
You know?
good.
Yeah, yeah. I'll hit a lot of 7-irons. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need to hit a driver. It's all right.
Who's on the
Makes
bag for
sense.
you?
No one's on the bag tomorrow. If I make the cut, my friend Rob Callahan's on the bag.
Okay.
He caddied for me in the Philly Am last year, the USAM last year, and the Patterson Cup last year. So he
Oh,
and I have a great history together and some success.
Harry
Sounds
Mays
like-
is looking to, get a
yeah,
bag.
I'm
So
available. I'm available,
Yeah.
Luke. Yeah, absolutely. Now,
So
now
there's some guys.
did you play with him in college, or how do you know your cat?
Oh no, Rob
Oh,
is
okay.
one of my dad's great friends. Rob's
Oh, all right.
probably I don't know how old Rob is, but he's the same age as my dad, I think.
Oh, all right. So he's an older fella.
Yeah. So, but we met through my dad. He caddied for me the first time ever. It was 4 years ago in the Philly Am, and we missed the cut back to back for the stroke play and the match play portion, and then last year found success. But I've known Rob for probably close to 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Does he
Yeah.
have any insight into Tavistock and the greens, or is he coming in
No,
raw?
Yeah.
no, he has no insight. He
Coming in with
doesn't.
fun.
Yeah, he and I don't talk too much about golf.
Okay.
Now you said your
Yeah,
girlfriend
it's
will be
good.
there tomorrow. Has she ever considered having her carry the
I
bag?
don't know if she'll be there tomorrow. Just to
okay.
get coffee. Yeah, just to get
The
coffee.
coffee in the morning. Well, who will be there? It's local. Is your family going to come out, or we have to wait
I
until
think
we make?
I think my dad and my sister will come out.
Nice.
I think that's all. But
And Harry Mace.
you-
I might stop by. I'm in the
And
Yeah,
neighborhood.
Moose lives like
It's
10
right around
minutes
the
from
corner.
there. Yeah.
yeah, you should. You should.
should.
It's great. Marquee pairing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
And then on the
Some other
weekend, I'm
good
sure it'll
names.
get rowdy. Well, if you've listened to the show, I don't let anybody get away before closing it out with asking what is your favorite Philadelphia course that you have played?
We could give you an exemption on Merion.
Yeah.
That we know that's one.
Do you include? I guess Pine Valley included.
We
Yeah,
consider it.
I would say Pine Valley. I mean, it's number one in the world.
Hmm.
It's incredible. I've only been there one time, and I've never walked off a golf course where I can really remember all 18 holes. It was a special experience, and I was very lucky to be there. So I would say that is my number one.
How about like an underrated course? What would you say? Something that you've played maybe in an event that you were surprised by?
I love Lanark.
Mm.
I think Lanark's really
Yeah.
good. I know in that area, everyone likes to say Rolling Green. Rolling Green is also good, but I think Lanark is a really good golf course. I don't know what it looked like before the renovation. I know some people have a bone to pick with that, but for me, having not seen what that looked like, I love what they did. I love the quirky little mounds out there. I love the bunkering. The 18th hole is an incredible finishing hole, so I would say Lanark.
Awesome.
Love
Very
it.
cool.
Good stuff.
Very
Well, Drew, good luck tomorrow. Good
Yeah.
luck in a couple weeks at the US Amateur. I know Harry will be out there. I'm trying to
Yeah.
juggle my schedule so I could be out there. And thanks for hopping on Swing It and Ding It. We'll have to get you back on after you win your next big event.
All right, thank you guys. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Swing It and Ding It. Nice to talk to good young player, Drue Nicholas.
Yeah.
Just knocking down wins, man. Those gap events are awesome.
No warming up.
Yeah,
no
how
driver.
about that? Yeah.
And
Doesn't even
Harry's
need-
back when he said that.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to hit a driver, Moose, before he goes to the first tee. I mean, I'd love to be able to do that.
Imagine having such confidence in your golf swing.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
feel naked if I'm not able to hit a couple of drivers.
Although sometimes, like I said, it doesn't always translate for me.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it does for me either, but at least I feel better going to the first tee mentally.
Yeah.
It can all
Yeah.
go to heck after the first shot, but
Yep.
You don't
yeah,
hear your
he's a
back
great
crack
player.
19 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, another good young player, our guy Thor, Rocket Mortgage, gets his first win. How about the eighth first time winner this year?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously had Jackson Coyven last week's first time winner, but gets it done. Xander Schauffele coming off of a major, gets a second place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it wasn't like a ton of storylines, a ton of action. I didn't feel like in this tournament there was no one that was really kind of taking it over. But it's funny too because I don't know. I guess he was getting so much pub. I thought he had a win already. I had to double check when he didn't have his win.
Well,
Yep.
it might be the fact that he's now in that TGL league with the Boston Common on Rory's team. He was invited for this past season, so you kind of think, well, he has to have a win, or why would Why would he be invited to that? But he didn't, and it was a long time coming. You listen to these guys on Golf Channel, they're saying, it's only a matter of time till he knocks one down. Well, he finally did, and he did it via final round 63, a bogey-free 63. Including the closing 9 of 30. How about that? I mean, a lot of these guys, you win your first, you're kind of holding on by the skin of your teeth. Not this guy. He was firing on the 18th green. He went right for the pin. And he wins by 2 shots, like you mentioned, moves over Xander Schauffele, who got his best finish since 3rd place at the Players earlier this year. It's been kind of a quiet year for Xander Schauffele, so maybe he's just waking up right before the playoffs. But Thor Bjornsson moved up from 69th to 38th in the FedEx Cup playoffs, so he's got 8 more spots to go to get into the Tour Championship. But a big move. He was just inside the playoff cut line, and now he's already advanced to the BMW Championship at least. So big win.
Yeah, I just think Ricky Fowler when I see this tournament.
I know, me too.
Yeah,
it's funny,
and it's just
and it's the last one.
It is, right?
It's wild. Yeah,
it is
such a staple.
Yeah, I mean these last they've had them 8 years in a row, and I think it's been a pretty cool tournament. I've enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed it this year with some of the things they did architecturally, and I know we'll get to that a little bit later. But you saw Koiven, trying to follow up. He finished T31. Jordan Spieth, just a guy right now, finished T31 at 8 under. Cam Young, a lot of people thought Cam Young was going to win this thing. He was the prohibitive favorite coming in. He finishes T8 at -12 along with Ricky, like you mentioned. Cantlay had a pretty good week. And Ryan Garrard, a lot of people like Garrard coming in this week, last week. He finishes at T8. But I think the big story was all the guys that missed the cut. Yeah. Ben Griffin, Jake Knapp. There are a lot of pundits that loved Jake Knapp last week. Akshay missed a cut. Denny McCarthy missed a cut. Lucas Glover and Wyndham Clark, all MC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some big names.
Yeah, they had a big field. It was probably the best field they have ever had
for the last one.
Yeah.
Was Brooks in the field?
He withdrew.
Right? Yeah. What was the story?
Some sort of physical thing, I think.
That's not good.
No.
He's 86th right now.
Yep.
Or 80,
Will he make the
86?
playoffs? We don't know.
Yeah, he's in the field this week, obviously. But Silverman, I think, took his spot and missed the cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. The last Rocket Mortgage in the books. Thor Bjornsson gets the win. Another first-time winner, knocking him down. All right. We're going to introduce our new segment, the Top Dog of the Week, sponsored by our friends at TopDog Law. Harry, let's start with you. Who's your top dog of the week?
Well, it's not necessarily of the week. I'm going to make this first one the top dog of the month because this guy has had an unbelievable last month and a half. And it's my guy, Josh Ryan from the 1912 Club and graduate of Liberty University's golf team. He finished at the Country Club of Scranton in the Jay Sigel amateur match play as a runner-up. Then he went to the Gap Open Championship and finished runner-up to our guest earlier in the show, Drue Nicholas, at Lancaster Country Club in a 4-hole playoff. He lost that. It was a cumulative aggregate 4-hole playoff. But then he goes to the PA Amateur out at Oakmont. Now think of this. Country Club of Scranton, Lancaster Country Club. Then we're going to Oakmont, and we're going to go to the PA Amateur.
Golf courses.
And he wins it. He wins the PA Amateur and then qualified and then qualified for the U.S. Amateur at Lanark. So he's got that coming up next week. So I'm going top dog Josh Ryan from the 1912 Club.
Wow, I like it. I like it. Danielle, who do you got?
I'm not trying to piggyback off of Harry, but I also am not picking a player. I am going with my top dog of the week, though. And my top dog of the week is Tyler Ray, the architect who quietly rebuilt Detroit Golf Club before we even got there last week. I've been there on course. Let's go. I've been there, and this course did not look the same last week. A $16.1 million renovation. That's what he spent tearing this course apart and then putting it back together.
Yeah.
It wasn't just modernized, though. He time traveled, went back to Donald Ross's actual 1914 blueprints, old photos from the club's archive, and basically said, let's undo 100 years of bad decisions. So deeper bunkers, bigger greens that can actually hold tough pins. And the first time that we didn't see at, I guess the first and last time at the Rocket Classic that we didn't see a low scoring shootout this week. It played like a real golf course, winner finishing at 18 under, not 27 under. So that's Ray's fingerprints all over it. That's my top dog.
That's a good one. Yeah, they took out that. They only had one water hazard, and he took it out.
Yeah, the
signature pond on 14. Yeah,
the pond on 14, 15, and 16 that everyone knew gone, replaced with fescue, ditches.
The fescue looked gorgeous.
It looked so good.
You don't want to be in it, but it looked good.
No. Yeah, it looks good on TV. It wouldn't look good if Bryson wouldn't like that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, obviously our guy Thor is a top dog of the week, but I'm going a little bit different. I'm going on the ladies' side. I'm going to butcher her name, but Shiho Kuwaki.
You nailed it.
All right, good. Major champion, the AIG Women's Open. Her first win is a major, and she gets it done in a playoff. Finishes 5 under on what everyone was saying was a very difficult golf course.
Yeah.
So shout out to Shiho Kuwaki.
I watched that.
Two-way playoff. Yeah.
It was exciting, man.
Another great course.
Esther Henselite makes this big, long 30, 40-foot bomb on the 72nd hole to force the playoff. And then they go 2 playoff holes. I like the clothing she wears. She wears kind of like loud colors, and she's got the dyed blonde long hair. She's not even a member of the LPGA yet. She's like Japanese tour player who has a couple of wins over there, but first win ever on the LPGA tour. So that was pretty cool. Nelly T4. So Charlie T6. That was good.
That was
Royal
good.
Lytham and St. Anne's.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right, Danielle, let's spill some tea.
Let's get into it. All right. Well, we'll start off easy. The PGA Tour Championship Series is beginning to take shape for 2028. So 5 series events already confirmed for 2028. As I said, Travelers Championship, the Sampo Championship, Century at Torrey Pines, the Arnold Palmer Invitational, and the Cadillac Championship. So as our season here is coming to an end, we're already looking toward 2028. So pretty cool to see that shaping up. Live Golf. Again, I always yawn when I see Live News, but this one I wanted to talk about a little bit because allegedly, Live Golf still owes John Rahm $150 million, which was so surprising because it's like a Live advocate. Mm-hmm. So I was like, wow, somebody owed me $150 million. I don't know that I'd still be like, yeah, that's
maybe he's playing nice so he gets that money. I don't know.
Yeah,
that might be advice on it from his counsel.
Right.
Yeah.
The lawyers are involved. Top Dog's involved.
I've never said about it. Top Dog would advise him to, keep things friendly. And on that topic, Cam Smith, Lucas Herbert, Mark Leishman, Travis Smith, they were all asked if any of them had any interest in returning to the PGA Tour. And most of them were like, I mean, if it was the only option, I think that's what everyone would want to, where they would want to go 100%. It would be back to old times. Mark Leishman said, no, I haven't. I'm confident there will be something next year. So some of them still saying that. But, a few of them saying, especially Cam Smith, I guess that's where we would go. And, we'll see. Travis, he said, for me, I've got status on about 4 tours. So plan A is to play Live Golf, and then plan B is to bounce around the world like I've been for the last 8 years.
I think Leishman's cooked anyway.
Yeah, especially with the field and the PGA Tour and the talent that's there. It's these young guys.
Yeah, I mean, Lucas Herbert gave it a run in that Open Championship. He was on the top of that leaderboard for a while, right in the mix to the end. But Cam Smith's the only one that anyone has any interest in out of those.
We just want to see that mullet get back.
Exactly. Yeah.
We slightly talked about it a little bit, but final week of the PGA Tour regular season, the top 70 make the FedEx Cup playoffs. Nick Taylor's at 61, Taylor Pendrith 85. So he needs a 3-way T4 or better AJ Ewart is 100, so he needs a solo third or better. Mackenzie Hughes 120. He needs a solo second or better. Ben Silverman is 136. He would need a win. And Adam Svensson, 176. He would need a win. So, pretty exciting to watch what's going to happen this week. You guys, I was texting you. I stayed up and I watched this, but there was a 5-way playoff on the Corn Ferry Tour for the Utah Championship. Awesome. And I was, with our guy from Monday Q, Ryan, he was like, if they don't play this as a 5, so I'm like, I'm never watching golf again. And I'm like, is there a chance they don't play this as a 5? So I'm like, they have to, right? Yeah. And they did. So Derek Hitchner, he got his first pro win. He sunk a 5-foot birdie on the replay of the 18th hole. I thought it was, I was expecting, a lot of extra innings, and we just went once. But the 4 he beat Mason Anderson, Colehammer, who's been trending, Travis Trace, Tommy Morrison, they all tied at the top after 72 holes, which forced this playoff. But it was pretty cool coming down the stretch, watching this happen. A little bit of a backstory on Hitchner, Pepperdine grad, turned pro in 2023. He started the week ranked 136 on the Corn Ferry points list, nowhere near potentially earning a card. And, even thinking about that conversation, that win vaults him from up to number 26 in the points with 7 events left, or no, what is there? 2 events left, I believe, in the season. Top 20 at the end of the year gets him full PGA Tour status for 2027. So not a nice, not just a nice trophy. It could be a real career changer if he's able to, get something else going.
Yeah, that Tommy Morrison guy, I've seen his name at the top of boards a lot this year. He's having a pretty good year.
Yeah, I wanted to pull up the rankings. I'll have that prep for next show, but to be on the, lookout for who is going to earn their cards for the upcoming season. So a lot of cool names that
exciting time for those guys.
Oh yeah, so exciting.
Crunch time.
This I thought was pretty wild. On X, and he said, I've played LeBron. I played against fathers and their sons, 40K points, 10K rebounds, 10K assists. Doing it at the highest level for over 2 decades is the true definition of greatness. The marathon continues. And then, lo and behold, a nice little reply from the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. Playing 21 years just means it took you twice as long to get fewer rings. I won 3, went to play baseball, came back, won 3 more, and went golfing. I didn't need a first.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Durant.
Was it really him?
Yeah. Oh, verified. Yeah.
I like how he stuck his nose in here.
Yeah. KD was like MJ telling Bron he treated the NBA like a part-time summer job and still got more hardware as nasty work. Bron spending 2 decades in the hyperbolic time chamber just for Mike to say, I prefer golf is wild.
Yes.
So I thought that was pretty great. And whoever's running MJ's account, some points there.
Oh, you don't think it's him?
Honestly, I don't.
Really?
A lot of these guys, it's not them. Most of them, it's not. They have a PR team or they have somebody behind them. I mean, I'm behind several of them. Man. They definitely probably had to have him sign off. But I think somebody.
No, I'm playing in Tyrese Maxey's golf outing this week. What if the king or the GOAT maybe shows up to support? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, would it really be that far out of the question if the king stopped by? Because he likes golf. He's taking golf up, man.
Yeah,
he does. He does. I'll be ready.
That's why I kind of like the little dig. Yeah. Yep. Let's go. Yeah. So a little bit later on the day, a couple, not too much more. I don't know if you guys had any topics you wanted to talk about or touch on.
The tea that I want to spill is, would you guys say, if you were fans of our show, if you're friends of ours, would you say I've given ample warnings about the golf outing, about our outing?
Oh, yeah.
Would you say that I've given a ton of notice that it's getting tight? That I've sent emails
months ago
and texts and tweets.
Well, and now it's sold out.
Now I'm in the is it really sold out? We forgot. What can you do phase of things?
Yep.
Come on, we're all friends. Let me in.
Yeah. So we're dealing with that. But we'll have a full outing preview over the next couple of weeks because We got some really fun stuff. We got some new additions. A lot of the same, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, we have some people on the outside looking in who aren't very happy, and I couldn't have given
More notice.
much more warning, much more notice, but it is what it is.
Well, we're going to see each other like 2 months in a row, maybe even more, with the NEPA and our outing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, but I was not here last week, and I was out at Pebble Beach, and once again, it was just incredible. It's funny. I was telling guys at the club, like, I'm out there and I'll take pictures and I'll take videos, and then later I'll look at them and it's like, that's not what I saw.
It doesn't do justice, does it?
I'm like, that's not what I saw.
Yeah,
like, you can't imagine, like, especially with the height, with the cliffs and you just can't capture it. And about like 4 or 5 holes, the sun comes out. It's bright blue. The water's blue. I mean, it just was incredible. I was out there with all the guys from TopDog Law. I was happy because I played Spyglass one other time, and it was so foggy I didn't see anything the first like 5 or 6 holes. So being able to see that golf course, to actually see the seals that are out there barking at you, was awesome.
What's the hole with the real skinny green?
There's like that bacon strip green.
Yes.
It's on the front. I want to say it's maybe like 4.
That looks crazy. Is that as crazy in person as it looks on TV?
It's crazy because you have dunes on the left. You have to hit maybe a 230, 240 shot is all you need. And then you have to hit, and they had the pin tucked.
Who says that's all you need? That's all I got.
Yeah.
And they had the pin tucked way back on the left, so you can't even see it behind the dunes. You kind of have to hit a draw. I hit a straight shot, of course, and went right in that bunker and had trouble. But that's a really fun hole.
Yeah, that looks like a crazy hole.
Hole.
Now, did you play the par 3 course?
The hay, yes.
Yeah,
the hay. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a blast. We went out as like a 6-some or a 7-some and grabbed some beers.
So cool. Real chill and laid back.
Yeah, my boy Devin. Make sure you follow him. I posted him for the love. I'll look up the exact name on Instagram, but he's a great caddy. If you ever get a chance to get out there, ask for him, for the love OTG on Instagram. But yeah, it was awesome.
So the love of the game.
Kudos to iHeart for putting on and then how about this? A guy, the country act, George Burge, who actually is going to be here this weekend with John Daly in Atlantic City.
Oh, really?
Golf and concert. He fires a 73 at Pebble Beach right before, the day before he played a couple tunes for us.
Really?
He played at Texas with Spieth.
That's awesome.
I'm like, dude, how much talent do you have? You're about to be a country music star, and you're popping 73s at Pebble Beach. First time I ever played the course.
Casual.
Yeah. So that was awesome. But I got some good stuff coming up. I have Thursday. So this weekend is the big Derby event at the Legacy Club. Remember that event we talked about? A huge money bid and buy. I'm with my man Eric Spiller, who is I think a 0.2 right now. So I have a good player as my A player. He's defending champ, so I can't let him down. I got to play well. So we're going to play 9 holes on Thursday and then go to the bid and buy dinner.
Mooch, you came back to new clubs, right? So did we already get a chance to hit? Are they in play? I played them
down at Galloway, and I love them. I absolutely exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
Felt great. By the way, Galloway was incredible.
Yeah.
The greens.
Listen, he dropped Galloway. I was at Galloway like it's Scotland Run or something. Like, are you serious? Galloway is awesome.
Galloway is awesome. The greens were like glass. It was tough. I had a couple 4 putts. I was putting together a pretty good round in the front, and then kind of fell apart a little bit. But and then I'm playing.
The irons. So you need a new putter then.
Right. Did the irons feel good?
I love them.
Yeah, good.
I love them. Great feel. Felt like that contact I've been looking for because I'm a picker of the golf ball, so they're a little bit thinner of a club, and it just felt great. So I'll have some warm up. I'll have that Thursday. I'm playing it at Union League Torresdale and Tyrese Maxey's event on Friday. Looking forward to that one. I'll get some footage of that, and then into the big Derby event at the Legacy Club. So, how about you, Harry? What's going on?
Is the weather good up there with you guys?
Yeah, it's like spotty storms, but it's supposed to be decent.
Some thunderstorms, but it's in the 80s.
Bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I played. I had a good round last Friday. I shot 84. Had a birdie, a bunch of pars. First time I put together like a good round with the driver and the irons. Really, I missed a lot of putts, but I really felt for the first time in a long time like like I got it back where I can get to 80. Like I really felt like it was there that day.
Oh,
Yeah, so I feel good
Starting
about
to
that.
feel
And then played in a pro-am for the the APGA tours at the 1912 Club. Now they had the final day tomorrow, but they had the pro-am on Sunday. And my wife and I both played in it with our friend Ite, and we got paired with this great guy from the Dominican Republic, Willie Pumarol is his name. He's a Dominican guy. Played at Barry University in Miami, the Division II school that's really got a really good golf program. And now he's been on Latino America. He knows Brandon. He was on that tour. He was on the Americas tour for a little while, and now he's on APGA, trying to get back. And man, this guy it was so much fun. It's so much fun to play with a pro.
Oh,
And just watch how they go about it. Moose and Danielle, obviously.
So much fun or demoralizing. One of the
Well, it is because we were playing in a scramble portion, but he was playing his own ball because they were in a competition, each
On their
pro
own.
on
Yeah.
their own. But you could use his drive if you wanted to. And I swear to God, all I was focused on was hitting drives, and I was really hitting the driver well. And this guy literally is 80 yards past me, and I'm in the middle of the fairway thinking like, this is a good drive. I'd love to use this.
We're going to use mine.
But
and
I got to use that one way up there.
another club for you.
It is a little demoralizing.
It is. Yeah.
I had
it took me
possibly
years to get over that.
Yeah.
I've had possibly the best shot I've ever hit. I think it was number 6 at Spyglass. It was the first time I picked up the driver because it's a lot of like
Parkour?
even the opening hole par 5 at Spyglass. I hit a 3-wood on my caddy's suggestion because you have to hit multiple shots.
Mm-hmm.
So I cut the driver and I hit it onto the other fairway.
Okay.
And I'm on the right fairway. I forget what hole it is coming back. And I got about 235 in with full trees in front of me. But I have like enough little distance and I have that rescue club. He's like, there's your line if you want to go for it.
You had a window. Yeah.
And I took it and I roasted this rescue club. It hit about 3 feet from the pin and just like scurried off to right off the back of the green. And I 2-putted it for par.
Yeah.
Even the caddy was like, I don't know if I've ever seen a shot like that on this course. It was
Like,
unbelievable.
You love fixing that ball, Mark. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then everybody else is after because you have time. You're like, okay,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
wait there.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Very
all right,
cool.
we'll recap all of our golf and get some
Yeah.
shots out. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll do some live
It-
scoring from the Derby.
Nice.
I love it. I want to see that. I told her last week it's like 170 degrees, but we squeezed in like 7 before. That the weather here, it's hot and humid, and you just randomly will get that. It's classic Florida. You'll get a thunderstorm just randomly in the middle of the day, and
Shuts
it
you
could be
down.
for an hour or 2 hours, and everything's soaking wet and it's whatever,
Yeah.
or it's just a thunderstorm. And we've just been in the thick of it. That's why I was like, what have you guys been like? So I was able to get like 7 in, actually had 1 birdie. So,
Hey,
we won't talk about how many bogeys or anything else,
No,
but
we'll
just
talk
nice
about
to get
those.
out there, play, and swing the
I'm
clubs
coming
a little
down in
bit,
2
but this
weeks.
Weather is just,
there you go.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it lets up a little bit. We've just had 90 degrees every day and a thunderstorm every day. I'm like, all right, we got to be out of this soon. So maybe later in this week.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we talked about last chance here, FedEx Cup bubble,
Yeah.
the Wyndham Championship out at Sedgefield. How do you feel about this course, Harry? You like this?
Oh, I
you
love
like
this
joint?
joint.
Love it. It's a Donald Ross.
You're a big Carolinas guy.
Yeah, but I love Donald Ross. This is back-to-back Donald Ross now.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And this one, par 70, 7,131. It's a pretty short course for these guys. Donald Ross did this back in 1926. Bermuda grass throughout. What I love about this place, like the fairways are kind of narrow, but the greens are so sloped, and the color of the Bermuda grass, because it's Bermuda tees, Bermuda fairway, Bermuda rough, Bermuda greens. It's just one solid sheet of this like light green. This place looks beautiful on TV. And the average green, 6,000 square feet, 52 sand bunkers, not too many, 5 water hazards in play on 6 holes, including the beach hole, which is the par 3 16th. Only 2 par 5s, number 5 and 15. They got 4 par 3s, 3, 7, 12, and 16. And the 18th hole, They tee off downhill, and then the approach is uphill. 507-yard par 4 with a super sloped greens. There's some greens out in this place where I swear to God, you putt, if you get above the hole, you are absolutely dead. Like 12, 11 has got this big side canter and slope to it. The fairways like a lot of uneven lies. Just looks like a really great golf course to play, and this field is pretty good because, like you said, Moose, it's put up or shut up time. There's guys like Keegan Bradley who are outside the playoff number, right? And he's at number 72. You got Johnny Kiefer at 74. I mean, Jason Day 75. Koiven is right on the number at 70. He needs a good week to stay in it. So this is a really interesting week and a lot at stake and a pretty good field.
Yeah,
Cameron Young, he's looking for win number 3.
Won here last year. This is what started his
Edgefield
run.
Streets are the ones where he gained 10 strokes putting en route to his career win. So the course fits him. A couple other names we talked about a little bit, asking what's going on with Brooks. 86, and he is in the field. So we'll see what happens there. Tony Finau, 89, Andrew Novak, 91, and then, a bunch of other names.
Lucas, 96. We talked about Lucas. You guys talked about him last week.
And Koiven on the bubble, like Harry said, so his 3M win jumped him into FedEx Cup 70, but he's sitting right on that 70 number. So this week he's going to see where that rookie
he had a
breakthrough
T5
is.
here last year.
Mm-hmm.
So he had, he was playing well.
It's funny though, because 3 weeks ago, not like, unless you're a golf nerd like us, like nobody outside of golf, nerds or golf media.
He's
really
the second favorite on the board.
Yeah, now he's much watched TV. He just, because of a big
that Malbin deal.
Yeah.
I went into the Malbin shop at Pebble Beach. You gotta try it on though, because their stuff runs so different.
It's like wide and like
like I'm large and everything. And I grabbed a T-shirt, really cool T-shirt, just says Pebble Beach, has Malbin on the sleeve.
Or the
I had a size down.
Is cool. Yeah.
What else did you buy?
I saw Stephen Malbin on the driving range.
Really? What was he wearing?
He was all Malbined up. I kept looking over, and there's like a couple young kids, and they have Carmel High School golf bags and TrackMans on the range at Pebble Beach.
Nice.
And then I was going to go over and introduce myself, and then he walked away, went to his car. He said he was going to charge his phone. I heard him tell his kids, but I didn't go crazy at the pro shop. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be there for 3 years.
Yeah, right. You'll be back.
This is last year's piece, but I had to get a couple things from the Hay. That's my favorite logo, the seal. But
it's cool.
I grab
it's not a super popular one, so it's like a fun conversation starter.
So now let's just sort of recap here. You've been at Trout National. You've been at Tavistock
for the second
recently,
time.
Galloway, and Pebble Beach, all within the last month?
And Spyglass.
I was supposed to be at Trump Colts Neck yesterday, but we got rained out.
Slumming it.
Jeez. And you're going to be at the Union League Tarsdale on Friday.
Yeah. And finally, I feel like my game is starting to
new clubs,
new clubs.
Woo!
I like all my clubs right now except for like one.
I changed my pick. Moose is the top dog this month.
Well, when I heard that dog barking, I literally thought it was Danielle's dog. I didn't realize it was a phone app until I saw you holding your phone.
That's funny.
Well, I paused for a second. I'm like, where is that coming from? And then I was like, okay.
But like I grab a Holderness polo in the Hay, it's $174 for a golf shirt. It's like,
what's the worst though is when they don't put the prices on it.
Yeah, all right.
Like, all right, fine. I'm going to go up. You put 3 things up there. They're like $986.
Well, that's what happened at Scranton last year. I bought, I forget the name. It's like a European Swedish. Is it Swedish?
Jay Lindenberg or something?
No, not that. Not that. It's Klitscher. Something. It's expensive, and it was a pullover. They didn't have the price on it. It was over $200, and I walked out with it and bought it. I'm like, oh my god, it's
because you're like,
I like it.
Ask, and then
when you
like,
go to Oakmont, they don't even tell you. You hand them your card, they put it in the bag, they say thank you.
That's probably the way it is at Pine Valley too. I just never went in the pro shop at Pine Valley.
I like that.
You don't get the members logo, and everything is charged, 80%.
Right.
Yeah, don't even tell me. Just put it in the bag, and I'm going to walk out.
Just throw it in the bag.
I don't need to know.
See you later.
All right, but when we see the line here with our friends from Bet Parx, past winners here, we talked about Cam Young defending. Aaron Rye Lucas Glover, Tom Kim, and Kiz back in the day won this thing. You got, looking at the Bet Parx board right now, like you said, Cam Young at plus 800, Jackson Koiven at 1,600, Hideki, who I really like. Hideki, 4 straight top 15s, 2 straight top 5s. I like him for a win this week.
Oh.
Ben Griffin, 2,500, Ryan Gerard, Aaron Rye, as we talked about, who's won here, 28, along with Justin Thomas and Tom Kim. And then it jumps down a little bit, 4,000, starting with Doug Gim, Harris English, Keegan Bradley, who, Harry, you talked about, needs to have a big week sitting there at 72.
Yeah, I'm taking Ben Griffin in the one and done.
Oh.
He had a bad week last week. I saw every shot of his Thursday and Friday rounds, and his driver off the tee, he was starting to use 3-wood because he's lost his driver to the right. So he's having big problems with the driver. So I'm thinking by missing the cut, he got to work on that and has figured that out. I'm betting on that. I'm taking Griffin in one and done. I'm taking him over Ryan Gerard in a matchup at minus 120. Keegan Bradley, I got in the top 10 at plus 335, somewhere around there. And Alex Fitzpatrick, I like too, in a top 10. This guy's been playing some sneaky good golf. I know he gets overshadowed by his brother for obvious reasons, but I think he's going to have a nice week in a top 10. And Koiven, like you said, is the second favorite. I was going to take him in a top 20.
I like that. You know what? I'm going to go Brooks in the top 10.
Ryan Gerard, though?
Yeah, well, he's from Raleigh. He played at North Carolina. He taught it, but he does not have good success in the 2 times that he's played at this event. Ben Griffin has had 2 top 10s or 2 top 11s.
And used to live in the area. And yeah,
he played at Carolina too.
I'm actually going to take Brooks in a top 10 at plus 420.
Oh.
I feel like he, unless his injury is messed up, I could see him. He's kind of like a back against the wall guy. I want to see if he still has it this week and he fires, puts a number up. So
who's your one and done?
I just put in Aaron Rye.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Rye.
Yeah. Yep. It was between him and Gerard that I had left at the top. I figured let's go with Rye. He's been a little quiet since his big major win here in Philly, but I feel like he's won here 2 years ago and he could have a nice bounce back here.
Love it.
Beautiful. Guys, I will keep you posted throughout all the activities this weekend.
Stay tuned to the Instagram stories.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt. Thank you to Drue Nicholas. Good luck to him tomorrow in the Patterson Cup and, of course, in the U.S. Amateur out at Merion in a couple weeks. Huge event here in Philly. If you get a chance, get out there and check it out. There's still availability to get out. I mean, you get to walk Merion and watch guys play.
Tickets are not that expensive. It's not like going to the U.S. Open or something. You know?
Yeah. I got to get out there with you one of those days. All right. Welcome home, Powers. And we'll talk to everybody else next week.